So this is the 25-piece HDX 27-gallon box rack that I made. Now, let me tell you a couple things about this rack. This is 110 inches wide by 88 inches tall. There's, you know, maybe about an inch of space between each HDX box and about an inch at the top. Now, this I put cleats on, and I also tied into the ceiling, so this thing is absolutely rock solid. It's not moving anywhere. I used 2x4x10 material for the entire thing. It was around $270 for the wood, and each one of these HDX boxes is around $10 to $11, depending on if you are hitting a sale or something like that. So roughly $250 to $275 worth of boxes. Now, for $550, this entire plus screws, that's another $30. But for, let's round it out to an even $600, this project has basically opened up the majority of the space in my basement. Now I can put all of my camping equipment, all of our Christmas stuff, extra clothes for the summer when it's winter time, all that sort of stuff. Now, all these boxes up top and all these boxes down the side are pretty much all open. So I have any other things that are kicking around in my basement, I can dedicate to a box and get it up and out of my way. This was a super easy project to build. The hardest part of the whole thing was figuring out the spacing, but all I did was I made a couple blocks. So on the bottom, these are 10.5 inches. That made the cleat on the bottom tall enough that I could slide the box in and it wasn't going to be obstructed. And then between each one, I have these blocks that were 13.5 inches. And that was the perfect spacing going all the way up. Each one of these is about 20 inches. I tried to keep it 20 inches. The only problem is Home Depot lumber or any big box store lumber isn't perfect. And so normally a 2x4 is 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. About. Some of these are a little thinner, some of them are a little thicker. So when you translate all 6 studs, this last one was a little bit tight. And if you don't screw them perfectly square, then they could twist a little bit and take away 1/8 of an inch at a time, and by the end it translates to 1/2 inch. So this last one I had to cut a little bit off the rails just so that these can slide in and out a little bit easier. And then I added on the back here, let's do the easy one. I added some bracing so that the boxes not only were supported coming forward, going across, and going up and down. I just did simple, I cut a simple 20-inch block and screwed in from either side. Now this, I'm not a light guy, I'm around 220 pounds. I'm more than comfortable climbing on these. I use 2.5 inch screws for everything. On the bottoms, I used 3-inch screws to screw in the vertical support to basically make these walls, just so that I had an extra 1/2 inch of grab from the screws on the bottom. I did not use nails. I didn't want to have anything set in stone. So if I have to take this apart and move it or take the whole thing down, pretty much all you need is a T20 Torx bit and an impact driver, and you can get the whole thing apart in about 20 minutes. But for about $600 worth of investment, this is probably the best choice that we've made for our home. This frees up a ton of space in our basement and also helps us organize a lot of odds and ends and extra things. You know, I wanted to make sure I had a place to put all my photo albums from when I was a kid, so that doesn't get lost, and we have plenty of space on the bottom in case we have an emergency flood, that all of this will have plenty of drainage. That's why I put the cleats on the bottom. Another thing is we have this drain system that's installed along the basement, but also the drain is right, or an extra drain is right here. And then we have about 1.5 inches on the bottom, plus whatever the height of the boxes are. So roughly I have about 20 inches worth of standing water height before I have to worry about any of the contents of the boxes getting wet. The only downside is the corner that we picked it in. We do have a window that kind of gets covered up, and I know my cat likes to climb up there, so I might pull one of these boxes out just so she has a place to sit up there. But over here, plenty of window space. Now it's just a matter of finding a place for all of these extra storage racks and organizing this monstrosity so that we have a nice set of organized stuff. Now, the building of the rack didn't include the organization, but now we have the means to do it and do it in a very orderly manner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please put any comments if you have any questions or anything like that, and I'll see you next time.